Rocket.new is one of those AI builders that doesn't really fit the usual category because it isn't just an app generator. It's three products bundled into one workspace, and that's the thing that makes it interesting once you actually use it. Most AI builders right now do one job. They take your prompt, write some Next.js code, and hand you a front end. Rocket goes wider. It tries to handle the full path from idea to launched product to ongoing competitive tracking, all in one place. The platform sits on three pillars. Solve handles market research and validation. Build handles the actual app generation, and Intelligence handles tracking competitors after you launch. The trick is that these three pillars share context, so whatever you research in Solve gets pulled into Build automatically. And whatever Intelligence sees in your market shows up in the same sidebar while you're working. You're not jumping between four tabs trying to keep notes straight. The web apps are built in Next.js. Mobile apps are built in Flutter and can ship to the App Store and Google Play. You get full code ownership, and you can push everything to GitHub. There are around 25 native integrations baked in, so Stripe, Twilio, auth providers, databases, email, file storage, webhooks. These are all wired during the build itself, not bolted on later. That's the thing that builders like Lovable and Bolt.new can't really do. They give you the screens. Rocket gives you a working product with payments going through on the first generation. The free plan gives you 20 credits with no time limit, so you can poke at it without paying anything. Paid plans start at $25 a month, and the full bundle of Solve, Build, and Intelligence starts around $50 a month, with credits that roll over. Annual billing knocks 20% off. Rocket raised $15 million in late 2025, and you can feel it in the platform polish. The previews don't break. The file structures are clean, and the support team is actually responsive. Trustpilot reviews back that up. I'm going to build a Calendly-style meeting scheduler to show how this works end-to-end. So a tool where people can connect their calendar, share a booking link, let others pick a time slot, take Stripe payments for paid bookings, and view a dashboard of upcoming meetings. That's a real product in a very crowded space, which is exactly why it's a useful test for the platform. I create a new project. Inside that project, I open a Solve task. I just type out what I'm thinking. Something like, I want to launch a meeting scheduling tool for solo consultants and small teams that competes with Calendly and Cal.com. Help me understand the market, the gaps, the pricing benchmarks, and how I should position this product. I hit enter and let Solve run. It takes a few minutes. Solve isn't just searching the web and pasting back a blob. It's running structured research with multiple stages, pulling from public data, competitor sites, pricing pages, review platforms, and traffic estimates. When the report comes back, it's properly organized. There's a market overview section with sizing numbers and growth trends. There's a full competitor breakdown with Calendly, Cal.com, SavvyCal, TidyCal, and a few smaller players, each one with their pricing, their main features, and where they tend to lose customers. There's a section on gaps in the market, which for scheduling tools right now is things like better team handling, better Stripe payment flows for consultants, and stronger time zone logic for international clients. There's a pricing benchmark section that maps every plan from free to enterprise. And there's a positioning recommendation at the end that tells me where I could realistically slot in. The Solve report reads like something a paid analyst would have written for me. It's not 2 paragraphs and a bullet list. It's pages of structured data with evidence and citations. I can export it as a PDF. So if I had a co-founder or a client to convince, I can hand them this report, and it actually holds up. For a solo founder running on no budget, getting this kind of analysis in 5 minutes for a few credits is the part that quietly matters. Intelligence is the next pillar, and this is the part most people sleep on. It's probably the most useful piece if you're going to actually launch the product. Intelligence is a competitive monitoring engine. You give it your competitors, and it watches them across the entire public internet for you. So websites, pricing pages, product pages, social posts on LinkedIn, X, Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, news coverage, hiring patterns, review sites, traffic estimates. Every morning, it builds a structured brief about what changed and what it probably means. I open Intelligence and paste in 2 links. The first is Calendly.com. The second is Cal.com. I hit go. Now you have to be patient at this stage. Intelligence doesn't just pull a snapshot. It runs a full build-out across all the monitoring categories, and that can take a while. We're talking hours, sometimes longer, for the first full pass on a company with a big public footprint. It's reading their entire site, mapping their product surface, scraping all their public social activity, pulling their go-to-market signals, looking at their job board, checking review sites like G2 and Capterra. So you give it the links and you walk away. When it finishes, what you get back is a complete profile of each company. For Calendly, the profile shows their full product structure, every pricing tier with what's included, their messaging shifts over the last few months, their recent feature releases, their hiring spikes which are tilted heavily toward enterprise sales and security right now, their review sentiment trends, and their estimated traffic patterns. The Cal.com profile shows a different story. More open-source community focus, faster feature shipping, pricing positioned more aggressively for developers and self-hosters. Side by side, the picture of where the market is moving becomes really clear. The thing intelligence does that nobody else really does is interpretation. A pricing page change on its own is just noise. But a pricing change combined with new enterprise sales hires plus social posts about Fortune 500 customers becomes a strategic signal. Intelligence reads those clusters and tells you what they probably mean. So instead of getting 40 alerts a week, you get a daily brief that says, here is what your competitor is doing. For a solo founder, that's analyst-grade output you'd normally pay thousands a month for through tools like Crayon or Clue. Now I have my research from Solve. I open a build task. The context from both is already attached, so I don't have to re-explain anything. I just describe what I want. So I'll say, build me a meeting scheduler SaaS where users connect their Google Calendar, create booking pages, share public links, take Stripe payments for paid bookings, send email confirmations through Twilio, show a dashboard with upcoming meetings and revenue, and let teams share availability across members. Use Next.js for the web app, set up auth, set up Stripe, set up the database, and make the design clean and modern. Rocket plans the architecture first. It picks the stack, maps the file structure, lays out the database schema, plans the auth flow, and queues the integrations. Then it writes the code. The live preview on the right side starts filling in as it builds. The landing page comes up first, then the dashboard, then the booking page itself, then the settings, then the team views. Each screen is properly designed. There's real spacing, real type ramps, working charts on the dashboard, working forms on the settings. The Stripe checkout is already wired to a test key. The Google Calendar integration is connected through the auth flow. The email confirmation flow is sending through the Twilio connector. The first build gives me a working product, not a mock-up, not a front-end shell. A real app where I can sign up as a user, create a booking link, share it, have someone else book a time, take a payment, and see the meeting show up in the dashboard. From there, I refine. I can chat in plain English and ask for changes, like add a buffer time setting between meetings, or add a feature to set different prices for different meeting types. I can click directly on any element in the visual editor and edit it on the spot. Or I can open the code view and edit the Next.js source code myself. Everything pushes to GitHub if I want, and one click deploys the project to a custom domain. The honest limit is that for deeply complex back-end logic, multi-tenant data isolation, weird async pipelines, or custom AI agents, you'll still hit walls. Rocket handles the easy 80% very well, and you may still need a developer for the last 20%. That's true for every vibe coding tool right now, not just this one. But for a SaaS dashboard, a marketplace, an internal tool, a landing page, or an e-commerce store, you go from idea to a real working product in hours, not weeks. What stands out about Rocket.new, the more you use it, is how much friction it removes. The market research, the actual build, the ongoing competitor tracking, those are normally 3 separate workflows in 3 separate tools with 3 separate logins. Putting them inside one window with shared context just collapses a lot of the busy work.